Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're diving into a live, split-screen walkthrough of securing the modern enterprise, specifically showcasing CrowdStrike Falcon Secure Access and AI detection and response. We're going to get incredibly practical here, looking at exactly what the user experiences on the front end, side by side with what the Security Operations Center, or SOC, sees on the back end.
Look, if you're a CISO right now, your biggest headache is probably figuring out how to balance frictionless employee workflows with the very urgent need to secure browser-based activity and generative AI usage. You know you can't just block everything. That totally kills productivity. The reality is, before we can even decide what should be blocked, we first need visibility into what users are actually doing with AI. The browser is literally the new workspace, and the attack surface has shifted right along with it. To tackle this, we're going to follow a deliberate journey, stress testing this architecture across 5 stages: VPN-less secure access, dynamic data watermarking, AI usage visibility, RBAC privacy and governance, and finally, AI data leakage prevention. Let's jump in. Phase 1, VPN-less secure access. Let's start by eliminating the friction of legacy VPNs. Imagine an employee just needs to access the internal meeting room e-booking system. In the old model, they'd have to fire up a clunky VPN client just to get into this one internal app. It's frustrating for them, right? But with the Seraphic browser experience, they access it directly and seamlessly. No VPN, zero friction, the application just opens. But here's what's really fascinating beneath the surface. On the back end, security controls are dynamically determining if the right user on the right device is accessing the application. It's continuously evaluating user identity, device posture, and risk signals, completely realizing the zero-trust objective without needing that legacy VPN clients at all. Moving right along to Phase 2, dynamic data watermarking. Okay, so the user is securely inside the application. But how do we deter them from doing something as simple yet incredibly damaging as taking out their smartphone and photographing sensitive information? Imagine they open a highly sensitive document in SharePoint. Instantly, a dynamic watermark is embedded directly onto their screen. And this isn't just some generic confidential stamp. It's a clever, user-specific overlay embedded right into the document, containing their exact session identity information. The whole point here is accountability. If that information is later leaked via a sneaky mobile phone picture, your security team isn't left playing a guessing game. They can instantly trace that image back to the exact user session, the exact time, and the exact device that accessed the data. Phase 3, AI usage visibility. Now let's say our user pivots to a generative AI tool, ChatGPT, Copilot, Gemini, Claude, you name it. This brings up a massive challenge across the 7 layers of the AI estate. CrowdStrike's AI detection and response, or AIDR, secures all 7 layers. But notice the philosophy here. AIDR prioritizes a visibility-first approach. We really need to establish a behavioral baseline and understand usage patterns before we just start aggressively blocking applications. Let's look at this in action. Picture this on the front end. A user innocently types a prompt into a shadow AI application. Maybe they just want the AI to optimize a snippet of code, but whoops, they accidentally paste a proprietary database password right into the prompt. Instantly, over on the back end, the SOC receives amazingly rich telemetry. They don't just see a generic ping, they see exactly which AI app was used, the user identity, the device name, the timestamp, and most importantly, the specific prompt activity they engaged in. We aren't flying blind anymore. We have total visibility into the corporate data being fed into these models. Which brings us to Phase 4, RBAC privacy and governance. Now, you might be thinking, wait, exposing an employee's exact prompt details to IT creates a huge privacy concern? And you'd be absolutely right. We have to prove that this powerful visibility is balanced with strict governance. Prompt information simply cannot be universally accessible across the IT department. Using role-based access control, or RBAC, only authorized personnel, like your security administrator, SOC manager, or compliance officer, can actually view those sensitive prompt details. We can completely lock down privacy while keeping the security oversight we absolutely need. Finally, Phase 5, AI data leakage prevention. This is where we escalate from passive visibility to active defense. We've got a live-fire test setup, where a user attempts to submit highly sensitive data into a Gen AI model. We're talking a Malaysian NRIC, a passport number, a credit card, or proprietary source code. The expected result for every single scenario: detect and block.
Here is exactly how that technical flow breaks down in real time. Step 1, the user inputs that sensitive data, say a database password. Step 2, the system immediately detects it as source code. Step 3, it matches the data loss prevention policy. And step 4, it instantly executes a block.
So what does the user actually experience on their end? They get a clear block message directly from CrowdStrike. The action is actively blocked or redacted right there in the browser session. The sensitive data is prevented from ever leaving the browser and hitting the AI model servers. And concurrently, on the back-end SOC console, the system logs that prevented prompt, records the policy violation, and generates a high-priority alert. The security team gets full risk visibility, and the leak was automatically stopped in its tracks. To summarize, this split-screen journey really proves that comprehensive security doesn't have to break the user experience. By leveraging CrowdStrike's unified control plane for AI detection and response, organizations can seamlessly secure the endpoint, the browser, and the cloud all at once. We've covered a lot of ground today. We moved from enabling secure access without a clunky VPN to ensuring absolute accountability through dynamic watermarking. We gained unprecedented AI visibility, governed that visibility strictly with RBAC, and finally, actively prevented sensitive data loss into GenAI platforms. From secure access to data loss prevention, this demonstration showcases a truly continuous security story. As the browser solidifies itself as the ultimate workspace and AI becomes our everyday co-pilot, it leaves you with one critical question. Is your current security stack truly capable of governing the agentic enterprise without bringing your business to a grinding halt? Thanks for joining me for this explainer. I hope you found it valuable.